videotaping.
Yay!
That's why I put on lipstick. Okay, so, hi everybody, and thank you so much for coming today. I really, really, really appreciate you taking the time. And thank you, Ms. Rachel, for all of your help in getting this all set up and ready to roll. This meeting is the direct result of a meeting Angie and Karen and I had with Mary Gritter. And she had some ideas for the shop. And we kind of came back, and Angie and I huddled a little bit and came up with some other ideas. Her main message to us is that she wants the store to be much more sales and customer focused at all times. So what does that mean? Well, that's kind of what we're going to talk about today. Of course, the only constant is change, and nobody likes it. It's probably going to be a little uncomfortable at first because we're going to introduce some new kind of ways of doing things. Just, if you would, just bear with me and bear with us as we go through this change. And there will probably be adjustments and hiccups along the way. So with that being said, let's roll it on the river here. So our mission to provide world-class guest service resulting in sales of unique products. I'm also going to be posting for y'all so you will know what the goal, the sales goal is each day. Some volunteers, like Sarah, often sets herself a personal goal. I'm going to sell $200 worth of merchandise today. The other day, she and Linda did, what, 600, I think?
In the rain.
In the rain.
In the
So
rain.
it's really great. It is possible. The success of our store depends on the enthusiasm and knowledge of volunteers. Remember, keep in mind that a lot of times when people come to the garden, they walk through the garden without seeing anybody other than the people that they're with. You may be the first encounter that somebody has, and so you are the face of the Arboretum. So it's really important that we make sure we are available, approachable, and have a big smile on our face. Okay. Physical requirements: be able to stand, walk for entire shifts, be able to bend, reach, lift, move, and or carry approximately 10 pounds. You all do all of this all the time. I'm not saying you can't go to the back and have a break, sit down. Please do. Focus on sales and guests. Limit conversations with other volunteers and staff to customer or product related subjects. Please refrain from discussing religion, politics, and medical issues while on the sales floor. This is a big one. Excessive chat discourages our guests from asking for help. If I'm standing with my back to you and I'm talking to Diane like this, blah, 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 blah. Diane, let me tell you about my surgery I had last week. Okay? Exactly. Good answer. But if somebody's trying to come up and I've got your back to you and I'm talking nonstop, it doesn't make you very approachable. Okay, so let's go ahead to the next one. Remember to smile and greet each guest when they come in the door. Ask how you can help them. Just be approachable. We're going to go into more details on that in a minute. Okay. Refrain from using cell phones. This has been kind of an ongoing issue that we've had. Basically, what we're asking you to do is please put all of your personal items away in the back. This is also for your protection as well. We can't have our purses or our wallets or anything at the cash register area, because that puts you at a, what are you doing with your purse there? Why do you have your wallet there? So it's a protection for you and for us as well. You can purchase items with a staffer at the beginning or end of your shift. Again, do not bring cash, credit card, or wallet in the register area. Very important that you do not have your cell phone on the sales floor. Now, what happens if you're expecting an important call? I really would love for you to come for your shift, even though you're expecting an important call. You want to have it in your pocket and put it on vibrate. Just make sure you don't pull it out where anybody can see it. That's the main thing. This was something that we did. This was a big topic of conversation with Mary as well. And if you're doing this, then you're not very approachable or available to the customer. Okay, very important you do not have your phone on the sales floor. We covered that. If you must use your cell phone during a shift, just go to the back. I don't have a problem if you take a call, if you need to go check your phone, if you're expecting a text, just please don't have it out anywhere on the cell phone. It just doesn't need to be, what did I say? On the cell phone? Okay, don't have your cell phone on the cell phone, yeah. Don't let it be visible to the naked eye, okay? Okay, next. Eating is not allowed while on the floor. We all like to have a little snack. Heaven knows I do as well. Just make sure you're doing it in the stock room. Come to the back, have a bite, an apple, whatever you want. Next. All right, so we're going to begin doing what most stores do, which is assign people to various zones. Some of you will be assigned to a register. The people who are not assigned to a register are going to be assigned to one of our different areas here. Now, when I say you're going to be assigned to t-shirts, does that mean you have to stand there by the t-shirts the entire 4 hours? No, I want you to be moving around. And obviously, if you see a customer that needs help, that's the main thing. But we do have specific tasks in mind for you to do. Like if you're assigned to t-shirts, make sure we've got 3 of each size in each design. Make sure they're folded neatly. Make sure everybody that walks by has got a demonstration of the Magic t-shirts. It's our #1 selling t-shirt. So everybody needs to see that. Number 2, women's clothing and jewelry. You all know, we've talked about this before. If you see somebody looking at the clothing, what do you say to them? Thank you, Margaret. We have other sizes in the back. So if you're kind of assigned this area, you want to hang out in that clothing jewelry area. Make sure that we've got, things like with organizing. Linda Kitchen does a great job with the women's clothing, and she's a barracuda on the sales floor, let me tell you. Okay, soap and birds. This is Julie's area. She always comes in on Monday morning, and one of the first things she does is she goes over to the bird area and makes sure that it's stocked. This is kind of like we're encouraging you to kind of take more ownership of the shop and pick your own area, whatever it is. Like Julie has the birds. She always makes sure they're taken care of. We might assign you just to be a greeter at the front door. Hi, welcome to the gift shop. We have 50% off, corner right over here. Make sure you check out our bargains. We have ladies' clothing 50% right over here. Or we have a tasting today. There's always something going on that we have to talk. So I know sometimes it feels silly just going, hi, or welcome to the gift shop, or whatever. We can always, what a great day. You're here at the Arboretum on such a gorgeous day. Glad you're here. Kids and toys, this always needs a lot of work because this is obviously our workhorse area. It's a lot of use. And as you know, kids, adults, pick up the item and they put it over here and over there. So keeping that straight and checking to make sure we're fully stocked from underneath the cabinets is also really key. The logo section, as you know, in that back corner there, all the logo stuff is right underneath in that cabinet. This is something that should always, always, always be fully stocked because logo merchandise is one of our big, categories as far as sales go. It grew almost 18% last year. Wow. So that's a huge deal. So we want to make sure that we are stocking that. Make sure, where we have the magnet display, make sure all the magnets are full. Make sure there are plenty of little keychains on the thing. Make sure there are plenty of coffee table books in that area. And just kind of make it look pretty. You know what I mean? You don't have to reinvent the wheel. That's my job. But just kind of make it look pretty and make sure it's nice. Stockroom, we may have you in the back doing, helping tag or do whatever. And again, I just want to emphasize, I'm not going to stick you there and expect you to stand there the whole day like this. If you see a customer, our whole thing is to be customer focused. So if you're standing next to the t-shirts and you see somebody over in the wind chimes, walking around with 2 wind chimes in their hand, please go over to them and say, hey, let me get that for you in a box. So, but at least we're kind of going to be working on this zone thing, so this is going to be an adjustment for everybody. It's going to be great. All right, go ahead. Cash register. Cash register training is provided for volunteers who plan to have a regular weekly shift. You must be able to process a credit. You all know how to do this. Process a credit or debit. Most of you do anyway. At the beginning of the shift, we will assign 1 or 2 volunteers, depending on how busy we think it's going to be, to the registers. Only people who are assigned to a register are going to be allowed in that register area. This is for your protection as well as ours. If I assign, say, Susan to register 1, if there's a problem with anything at the end of the day, I can call Susan and say, Susan, do you remember anything funny happening today? Instead of going, we had 8 different people here today. Who would I call if there's some type of discrepancy? So again, whoever's assigned to the register, you're only going to work on that register that you're assigned. So that way we limit your exposure and we limit our exposure as well. Only one volunteer should be in the register area unless a line forms. And the reason for that is this, and I know a lot of times it's, in the past, we've been, like if, let's say, Linda is gonna check somebody out, and so she's at the cash register, and Barbara sees her with sees a customer up there making a thing. Barbara rushes up there to help bag everything. Well, guess what? I've got 3 more people coming in the store right here. There's nobody, they're the only 2 people there that day. There's nobody to greet that person or see if they need any help. So instead of us all huddling behind the register, that's why we're only having 1 person back there, so that other people can be free to help customers. Okay, volunteers who do not work a regular weekly shift and are not assigned cashiers will be assigned to other zones, which we talked about earlier. Used to, we would train every single volunteer that came in on the register. We are not going to do that with everybody at this point. It's just going to be on a case-by-case basis. Okay, next. Okay, this is the ending, but I have more fun stuff. Okay, so it's not really the ending. Okay, I want to play a little. Well, actually, are there any questions about anything that I'm saying? Concerns? What? All righty. Okay, so I'm going to go over.